Greetings! My name is Paul, and I am the lead research technician here at the How to Linux Research Labs, and I'm also the administrator of the Papa West Linux Facebook group on Facebook. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install the chaotic AUR repo to our sources list on Endeavour Linux. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install the chaotic AUR repo to my sources list on my Endeavour Arch Linux installation here. Why do you want to install the chaotic AUR repo? Well, if you know that you want to install a program or an app that actually lives there, then you'd want to obviously install it for that reason. And let's say you don't know that your desired app lives in that repo, and you use Pacman or EA to install, and it can't find it. Well, there's a chance that it might be in this particular repo. So it's just another source for you to be able to add applications to your Endeavour Linux installation. Okay, so here's my Endeavour OS desktop here. Xface is my desktop here. Open the terminal, show you my fast fetch screen here. I want to direct your attention to the first line for the most part. OS : and you can see I'm actually in an Endeavour OS session. Okay, so I'm going to install chaotic on here, add it to my sources list. Okay, now there's a file here, this file here, pacman.configuration.conf, and lives in this path here. I'm going to use nano, my terminal editor, to open this file, and you can see the repos that are already installed and enabled on my system. So I'll enter on that, and then I'm going to arrow down to the bottom here, and there's a bunch of repos here. They're all installed because they're here in this file, but not all are enabled. I only have 4 enabled, I do believe. So there's one there that's enabled, so there's no hash mark, there's no hash sign next to it, and then that one's disabled. Core is the number 2. That's the second enabled repo I have. That one's disabled. Extra is the third one. That one has been disabled. And the fourth that's actually enabled is multilib. So when I'm done showing what I'm going to do in the terminal, there should be a new entry here for chaotic, and it'll be uncommented. It'll be enabled, just like this one here. Okay. Okay, so we're going to X out of there. Going to clear on that. Now the first step in adding the chaotic AUR repo to my sources list is by adding the key. So adding the key will involve a 2-step process. Okay, so back with the first step in a moment. Okay, here's the first command in the 2-step process to add the key. Okay, so let's give a little breakdown here. Sudo session. We're going to use Pacman to receive a key, and it's going to come in essentially from this key server here. So we're going to pull the key in. We're going to kind of go right to left. It's going to pull the key in here, and it's going to save it locally. Okay, so once we have that keyed in, give it the once over. Looks good to me. Enter on that. Hopefully it'll download and add the key. Okay, it'll import the key. Take a little quick look here. What's going on here? I got a little bit of output to the screen. Okay, it looks like it went through pretty good. You can pause you can pause it and take a look at it here, but everything looks like it imported the key properly here. Looks good to me here. Okay, no errors. Okay, so that was the first step in adding the key, and I'm going to go ahead and clear on that, and come back with the second step to add the key, to finish adding the key. Okay, so here's the second step in the 2-step process to add the key. So again, we'll give it the once over here. Sudo pacman key. I'm not really quite sure what this. I'd have to look that up. I'm not. The first one was pretty obvious. We were receiving the key. I'm not sure what this one is exactly. I just know it's the second step in the 2-step process of adding the key. sign. Maybe we sign the key after it's been added. I'm not quite sure, but go ahead and just key this in. Give it the once over. Okay, it looks pretty good to me there. And then once you've given the once over, enter on that. Let's see what the output is here. Okay, it does look like it signed the key. I thought it would have been signed before, but it looks like it just received the key in the first step, and in the second step it actually signed it locally. That's my interpretation of what I'm seeing here in the output here. Okay, so you can give it the once over here, but the first this first line here is pretty much the important one for me. Locally signed one key. So I guess it wasn't signed to begin with. It just received it in the first step, and in the second step here it actually signs it, which is kind of what I was thinking, since we have sign here. Okay, so we received the key. So we've added the key in a two-step process. We received the key in the first step. In the second step, we signed it. Okay, so we've added the key essentially, and we can go ahead and move on to the next step. And the next step is we're going to go ahead and download and install the actual repo URL to our sources list. So back with that next step in a moment. Okay, so the first step of the two-step process to download and add the mirror list or the repo to our system, this is the command here. This is the first command here. Sudo. You have to have this wget download utility. It should already be installed. If not, you need to look it up on how to install wget, but it should already be installed on your Endeavour installation. Okay, so sudo, and then we're going to use the wget utility here, and it's going to download this this package here, which has the repo information inside here, and then this -O switch is going to change it from its default save location, which probably would be in your home folder, and it's going to redirect it to this path here. So it's going to go ahead and store it right here in this path, in the temp folder here. So it's going to install this package, not in the default save location, which is in home, but in your temp folder here. Okay. So once you have this keyed in, give it the once over. Looks pretty good to me there. Okay. It's going to redirect it over here. Okay. Okay, good. So once you have that keyed in and you have an understanding of what it is that you're doing, your system, go ahead and enter on that. Check out the output real quick here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on video trying to figure it out, but it looks good to me. If you really wanted to find out if it worked or not, navigate to this location here in your file system and look for this in your temp folder. Look for this file here. It should be there. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's there. It's been saved in this path. Okay, so we saved that package, which includes the repo information, in this path right here. Okay, so we've installed the repo essentially, but Pacman doesn't know that it exists. So in our next step, we're going to have to update Pacman so it becomes aware that there's a new source that it could pull from. Okay, so back with that second step in a moment. Okay, here's the second step in the two-step process to add the mirror list to our system. The first one, we save the repo the repo information to that temp location in the temp folder. I didn't actually on camera show that, in the video show that it was actually there, but by using this command here to update Pacman, if you just type in the path here and then type in the first letter of that package, which was C. The package was chaotic mirrorlist.package.tar.zst. So if you just key in the first letter of that file name, C, and you hit the tab key, by virtue of it completing it means it's that it was saved in that location that I said that it was going to be saved in. Okay, so we can go ahead and use this command here to update Pacman, which is the Arch package manager. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this command here, sudo pacman dash capital U, which means we're going to update, and it's going to become aware that there's a new source you could pull from. Okay? So enter on that, and it's going to go ahead and prompt you for, do you want to go ahead and proceed with installation? Yeah. So it's going to add the chaotic mirror list to our system, essentially. It's going to become aware of it, it's going to add it so we can pull from it. Okay, good. So we can give this a once over here, loading packages, resolving dependencies, nothing. Okay, it's going to install this package here, and do I want to proceed? Yes, I do. Okay, since the Y is capitalized, that means that's the default selection. I don't have to key anything in if I want to go yes, but I will anyway. But just know that since the Y is capitalized, if you just enter on that, then that will be your selection, will be yes. Proceed with installation. Y for yes. Okay, good. Okay. Check the output real quick here. Looks pretty good to me. Installed the chaotic mirror list to my sources list. Okay. Okay, good. So we've added chaotic that way. Now, a couple more steps to go yet. The next step, we're going to go ahead and edit the Pacman configuration file, and we're going to actually. I'm not sure if it's already. I'm not sure how this quite works. I know this step right here seemed like that would be enough to download the package, and then have Pacman updated so it knows to pull from it. But there's one more step that we have to do to actually go ahead and complete the process anyway. So my next step is going to be editing the Pacman configuration file with Nano. So back with that in a moment. Okay, this command was actually in my history, so if you toggle with your up and down arrows, if you had it already keyed in, it should save it, and you can go ahead and just cycle to it like that. Okay, so back into this file again, and it's writable. I'm not getting any red error message here saying the file is not writable. If on your system you see it's not writable, you're going to have to use chmod to give it the W permission, the write permission. Otherwise, I'm going to arrow down to where all the other repos were already added, and let's see. I guess you can probably put it down here, but just to keep things kind of organized, I'm going to go ahead and put it under this last known. I'm not sure what I have. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what these are right here. I don't want to spend a moment thinking about it too much. So I'm just going to put it, probably if you put it down here, it'll be okay. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put it right here, right under these lines here, which I know is already a repo and it's already been enabled. So I'm going to put it right here in between. Okay, so I'm going to pause it again and then come back. And when I come back, you'll see that there's a couple new lines added for chaotic AUR. Okay, so in the Pacman configuration file, we're going to make a couple edits here. We're going to add these two lines here, and you can see that they're going to go ahead and they're going to they're going to resemble the other ones that were already here. The format would be the same. Chaotic AUR inside these square brackets with this line down here equals etc pacman.d chaotic mirror list. Okay, a little different from these right here, but this one also is different from the mirror list as well, Endeavour. So anyway, this has to be specifically chaotic mirror list. Okay, so we've added chaotic AUR to our Pacman configuration file. Okay, so in Nano, to save it, it's Control O, and it asks you, do you want to go ahead and use this path in this file name? Yes, I do. So I'm going to go ahead and enter on that, and Control X to get out of it. Okay, so I made the edit. Clear on that, and then one or two more steps here. So we made our edit, we saved it and exited. Okay, now we're going to update our package database so that Pacman really does become aware of it and it can actually pull from it. Actually, I can keep the video rolling here and just type in the next command here, sudo pacman -sy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and update our package database so that Pacman will become aware of it. I think I said that before, but I wasn't quite sure exactly what was going on there. But this definitely will make Pacman aware that there's a new source that it can pull from. Okay? So once you have that keyed in, give it the once over. Sudo pacman -S small y. Okay? Enter on that. And I'm not sure if I showed this in the beginning of the video or not. I don't think I did. I showed you that these 4 here were in that other file, but I didn't actually run a pacman or a yay command in the terminal because it always outputs the enabled repos it's pulling from. But if I did that before, you would have seen that chaotic wasn't there. Just these 4 that I showed you in that Pacman configuration file were here. So anyway, this is added and it's enabled. Okay, so before it would have been only 4. Now we got a 5th one here. Okay, good. We've added chaotic AOR to our sources list. And got one more step to do. Go ahead and clear on that. Keep the video going here. In the next step, the next and final step, we're going to install the chaotic keyring. Okay. So that command is sudo pacman, and we're going to install with the -S flag here, and then chaotic keyring. Now you see what I did there. I did a -K, hit the tab key. Anyway, well, let's see here. Tab key. Okay, that completed. Okay, so it knows that it exists. Okay, good. So we're going to add the chaotic keyring to Pacman this way. Okay, enter on that. Let's see what the output is here. Okay, and it's going to add the keyring to chaotic. It's going to attach the keyring to chaotic AUR. Okay. I guess that's the key that we downloaded before, and it's going to attach it to the repo. I think is what it looks like. It's binding the key that we downloaded to the repo in the sources list. Okay, so it's binding these 2 things here. It looks like. Okay, proceed with installation again. The Y is capitalized, so enter on that. Let's see what the output is here really quick. And I think it's going to use that locally signed key that we did before. And it's going to go ahead and attach to that chaotic AUR repo. Okay, so back when it's done. Okay, looks like it's almost done here. A lot of output here, but everything looks pretty good so far. Okay, good. That was a lot of output there. Didn't take too long. I mean, you know, it's obvious that there was no errors, so I'm going to be okay with it. You can pause it on your own and take a look at it, but it looks pretty good here. Give it the once over here. Looks pretty good. So yeah, I think essentially took that signed key that we received and signed locally, and it binded it to that chaotic AUR repo. Essentially is what I think happened there. So we're clear on that. Okay, so now we've installed chaotic AUR, and if you want to install anything from Pacman or Yay, it should be able to pull from that repo URL. I mean, from that that chaotic AUR repo that we just added. Okay, so a couple more things here, real quick here, just to make sure. Like, let's say you're doing a standard Pacman, update upgrade command, right? I like to use SYYU. Maybe you use SYU. Okay, and then when you do that, then you can, again, what we saw before, where you see it's pulling from there. So if you have anything installed from this chaotic AUR, then if there's a new version in that repo of whatever app you installed from here, then it'll pull that new version or that patch or whatever into your system. Okay? So Pacman's able to actually pull from chaotic AUR now. And clear on that one more time. And I have Yay installed. So I'm going to go Yay by itself, not as root. Enter on that, and same thing. So Yay knows about it as well. So you can use Pacman or Yay to install from that chaotic AUR, or patch or get new versions of programs that you already did install. Okay, that pretty much covers how to add the chaotic AUR repo to Endeavour Linux. Leave you with my cycle through my all my commands here, and leave you with the fast fetch screen here. Okay, yeah. So that was how to install the chaotic AUR on Endeavour OS Linux. Okay, at this point, I would like to tell you that once again I am Paul, and I am the lead research technician at the How to Linux Research Labs, and I'm also the administrator of the Pop! OS Linux Facebook group on Facebook. Please join. I allow conversations about different repos, tech news, tech personalities, and so even if you don't run Pop, you can still join and chat with like-minded Linux users. And at this point, I'd like to ask you to like and comment on the video, and to subscribe to my channel, and so you can get video updates when I add new videos. And until my next video, a happy Linuxing out. Thank you.